if this leads off the stream, that you have popular or major and popular characters that weren't on the cover of their first appearance.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
Herbie.
Herbie the Fat Fury. Yeah, I finally found and now own a copy of, or will when they send it, a copy of the first appearance of Herbie the Fat Fury, which honestly I think I'll be gifting to Venkman. Yeah, it's.
Speaking of fat, you know, as soon as I do get a job, if I'm allowed to, I'm going to grow my beard back because, good God, I forgot about how.
Hey, man, you were rocking that beard, man. Seriously.
Yeah, but I figure if I'm going to have to go get a job, I want to look younger, and a big gray beard probably.
This is a gray beard. Yours was not gray.
I had a good amount of gray there.
Okay, yeah, all right. Mine's dead. When I grow it out, you can hardly see it because it's white. But sure, let's go with yours.
But when I trimmed it, I go, oh crap. That's why I left it as a neck beard, because I had that little trim beard and all this blubber.
And if you haven't been tuning in the Geeky Puppet Show, he is your Lardness, Dr. Robotnik.
Okay, so just to catch everybody up, this last weekend, hello to Dalton. How's it going?
Oh,
this last weekend, I went to a very small show in BFE. Really, it's in Pennsylvania, or not? I mean, Indiana, wherever I am right now.
Yeah, you live in Indiana now.
And
I did
see
if you were all the way over here in Pennsylvania, you didn't tell me that. I'm kind of
I know, right? Going from Muncie to wherever this was, I actually passed the Nestle Quick Factory, where I was like, I wonder if they do tours. That's how boring freaking Indiana is. I am still thinking of touring the Nestle Quick Factory, but it's one of those where I'm not used to this. Okay, even our small conventions in Orlando were in big hotel rooms or convention centers, and this was a little community center. I walked in. Go up one, down the other. Okay, we did a square. There's one road there. 5 minutes, done. I walked the entire floor. That's how small this was. And I looked around and I went, you know what though? I'm gonna look at this as a positive light. With the way that modern day Comic-Con, the MegaCons are. MegaCon is the name of the one in Orlando. Mm-hmm. The way they are now. There was probably the same amount of comic book vendors in that building than there are at Comic-Con now. So I went to every one of them, and every one of them was having some sort of half-off sale, which was cool, except for one booth, which was like they had a brand new book, like they would have last week's Batman or something like that, and it was up at $15. So now you can buy it for half off at $7.50, which is still $2 more than you want to spend anyway. Yeah. But there were a lot that just had some really good sales. I wish I knew about it, and I wish I had more money, because one guy had a complete freaking set for $10 to $30 of the Showcase Presents I like, the phone books that I like to collect, including the for $30, which would have been $15. He had the Batman #6 I need, the Men of War, the Sergeant Rock, the Sinister House. And I went to a comic book booth. This guy held some books because my card didn't work last week. And he held them. So I was like, okay, I'm going to live up to my promise. I'm going to get books here. And he goes, oh, no. You want to try the guy next to me? I go, okay, why? And he says, that man's selling long boxes for $40 and short boxes for $25. And I was like, really? And this guy's like Ron Swanson it is. I'm just watching Parks and Recreation now. And he just goes, that's okay. So I go over to his booth. It's mostly independent. So the next few auctions are going to mostly be independent comic books. But I made freaking sure I got cool shit. It wasn't like, let's get... I don't know, name the lame ass independent. It wasn't man-eater. It wasn't like 6 boxes of man-eaters. Although he did have man-eaters in there, and I almost got it just out of a joke. And I was like, Nobody else gets those jokes. I can't sell the Rawhide Kid. We love the Rawhide Kid. People don't want to buy the Rawhide Kid. They just want to watch us make fun of it.
Any trouble with girls?
No, there were a couple, but I don't think I grabbed any of those. But I did get some 50-cent books. One, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to do this here. This is Mr. T and the T-Force. And there is writing. I thought this was an autograph. It's Mike Barron and Norm Brayfogle working on issue number 4 here. But I don't recognize that. I don't know what Fat Jacks is. I can't make that first thing. And then it's got this in the middle and on the bottom, Z something or other. I do not recognize these autographs. So
could be the interior or artist or inker. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got Brayfogle's autograph right there. And none of these look like it. So I had to treat, I had to treat, and trust me, I just went, oh, Mr. T. I didn't even look at it. I threw it in the box. I mean, I'm getting a whole long box of stuff. So I really didn't look at it. Some of the, what I'm going to start off with are the books I'm counting as 50 centers. Little pieces missing. Maybe they're a little bit too loose, stuff like that. But yeah, Mr. T and the T-Force, if you guys can recognize that autograph, please, by all means, let me know.
It had Pete Stone was one of the guys with Neil Adams.
That's in the first issue, which will be coming up. I figure I'll do a box a day because I've got this is the haul right here. So yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping on. I don't think anybody's ready for a four short box haul but video at 1 o'clock in the morning. I grabbed a whole bunch of these whenever I saw them, but this is Betty and Veronica. That's issue 563. It's okay. It's just a little bit too red for me to put at $1, you know?
That's the Archie Giants series.
And it's 75 cents. So it fits.
Oh, there you go. Yes. I picked up a whole bunch of these and I put them back, but I guess one survived. This is Red Fox, issue number 10. From the 1980s. Like I said, you're going to get some, this is an independent thing. One, this got a water stain on it. It's issue number 26 of Donald Duck Adventures.
Nice.
I mean, otherwise, it's A-okay. I mean, you know, all the words work. The interiors are fine. Actually, it does go through. It does. I mean, there it is. But yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly readable copy.
Don Rosa or Carl Barks?
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, if it's Carl Barks, it's a reprint.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh, Don Rosa's up there too. If I don't know if these are louned.
Yeah, well, all of them are pretty decent. These, but in all honesty, I do believe most of these back in the 90s, because this is the 80s, 90s series.
They both look like reprints.
Yeah, most of those were reprints. And here we have issue number 28 of Donald Duck Adventures. Next up, this is also water damage. It's called Jennifer Blood by Garth Ennis.
Sure, it's not blood.
Yeah. Here, this one was just too many cover ticks and a scuff at the top, but awesome Jack Kirby-ness. This is Captain Victory, and there you go. And mind you, these are going to be in the 50-cent bin. I've got obviously other stuff, but these were just ones that I grabbed and I threw in the box. And then when I got home and I'm looking through them, it's yeah, a little bit. Have a good one, Dark Admiral. Thanks for stopping by. Neil Adams worked on Mr. T. He did, sir. He did. Dalton, by the way, is here because at some point in time he wants to bring up the fact that they just put out the teaser trailer for Sandman 2. It's a character introduction. And by the way, Eric has got the proper commentary. Here we have Mickey Mouse, the Mysterious Stranger. And I don't know. This looks a little older.
Oh, by the way, Dalton.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with the back issue magazine. That
The what
just, there's a Tomorrow's publishes a magazine called Back Issue. And I said my friend writes for it occasionally, but the next issue, 151, is devoted to the Sandman, primarily the Neil Gaiman version. So,
Back Issue is a magazine.
That was going to be my next question, because there are, of course, like 4 Sandmen in the DC universe, and then of course there's the Flint Marker version over at Marvel. So
you can Google.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Well,
yeah, but you can Google Back Issue 151, and the cover will pop up, and then you can see what, because they usually tell you what's in it.
But I suppose while we're discussing this, I should give my 2 cents on the trailer.
I will be showing comics over this. Yeah. This is Daisy and Donald number 35. Go on ahead.
Given that I am the Sandman guy, people are going to want to know what my thoughts on it are. And he tells me about this like maybe 20 minutes ago, give or take. And I watched it, and I just immediately got this wave of depression because
she's in it. I
just no.
This is Mickey and Donald.
That would be delirium, but yeah, I just immediately got this wave of depression where it's like, oh God, no. Why didn't they just stop at 1 season? It's not like they're gonna fix any of the problems with the first season. The damage is already done aesthetically and like narrativistically and stuff, and the characterizations are off, and they keep disrespecting the character. And people keep defending it on the basis that this was Neil Gaiman's original vision, which don't even get me started on how much he continuously, posthumously ruins his own legacy every time he revisits this series. So it's just, I'm not even angry so much anymore. It's just nihilistically sad, because it's just
not mad, just disappointed.
I don't want to. Like, I don't want to watch it, but I know I'm going to watch it because I am the Sandman guy, and somebody has to hold these people to account. So, of course, I'm going to end up having to watch it. But honestly, I just want to keep watching Has Been Hotel over and over again, because at the very least, Has Been Hotel actually makes me happy. Whatever you may think of it, whatever, problems of it you might have, that actually has a soul and is kind of my jam, whereas this is just the corpse of something that I used to love and find inspiring, constantly being paraded in front of me.
As you can see, even for the 50-cent books, I've got quite a few of these Walt Disney comics and stories. They're a lot of fun. Highly recommend them. This is stuff for LK. I was very disappointed to find this in, and for those who, of course, like this kind of thing. I was disappointed that these were in such rough shape. But here's She-Cat #1 from the AC Comics, which does Fem Force.
Yeah.
And then we have Fem Force #20, which would otherwise be a $10 to $20 book. This one ticked me off. I was like, oh man. And its roughness comes mainly from the back. There you go.
Like the girls.
Yeah. All righty, number 51 as well. It actually, I had to take a couple of looks to realize that wasn't a grandma.
Honestly, I thought that was Axel Braun version.
There you go. I wonder if this.
It's funny,
I wonder if this is her.
AE.
Yeah.
I bet she is now.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, we were watching a movie from the 1990s. Me and Gail today. It was called was it Dangerous Game or Surviving the Game with Ice-T? It had Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, and in one scene it was Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, and Charles Durrance played Rock or something. And we were talking, and just out of nowhere I go, 2 out of 3 people in this movie are dead. Gail hates it when I do stupid stuff like that. But
is that your first time watching it? No,
I saw it in the 90s. I just hadn't seen it since. There you go, Alley Cat. #4. Yeah, you know why I picked it up. Shut up.
I'm guessing that book was published before 2001.
I'm going to assume also. I did read it before, but yeah, it was no. I did actually read this back in the 90s. It actually doesn't look too bad. Is that Warrior Nun? There There we go. That's what it looks like on the inside. Doesn't look too shabby. Who's the creative team on Alley Cat? Created by Ali Baggett and Matt Hawkins. I don't know. Next up, we've got Archie 659. And then we've got Jennifer Blood number 10. Jennifer Blood number 17. Jennifer Blood number 16. And Richie Rich number 30. So there you go. That's the 50 centers. All right. And then I start on the dollar books. These are going to take up the bulk of the show.
I do recommend, if anybody who's interested in reading Jennifer Blood, only read the Stephen Grant and the Garth Ennis runs, because those are actually like, respectful to the character. Everything after that, the Fred Van Lente, is a mockery of the character.
That's a shame too, because he at one time he could write.
Yeah, they have him writing the daughter. And the thing is that the daughter hated the mother, and they make it sound like the mom is dead. The mom was never dead, unless she's assuming that the mom's dead. But then again, why would she take up the role and not the mom show up? Like it's such a horrible retcon.
This is She Senoriki number 1.
Not only that, the art sucks too.
What for the
no on the new Jennifer Blood stuff, the current ones, it's crappy art. The She though, no, that's beautiful art and it's a beautiful story.
And then we have She Kaidan number 1.
Yeah.
This is black and white.
Yep.
Next up, we have She Sakuraki number 3. And then another number 1. She and Sideblade. Did I put this? Yep. Number 1. I think this is the first appearance. I think this might actually be something.
Well, the one of the two, there are two of them. One of them was the first appearance of Witchblade.
Not this one, I'm sure.
That's the one it's the one that Image published.
Yeah, I turned out loving Johnny Handsome. I loved it.
Cool. This is She the Series, issue number 3. And remember, a lot of these, they were it was a bulk sale. You want to fill up a long box for $40. I ended up filling up a long box and a short box, and a lot of it I was just like, throw it in. I'll work it out later, and it just turned out that everything fit in one short box and one long box, so I didn't even filter it. So I might have like a sidebar issue of some weird book or something in here. Here is She Rikishi. This is Stanley Tucci, who is from the Hunger Games.
At least you'll get your money's worth out of it.
Rikishi,
So
not Rikishi.
it's not like it's a bad investment.
I got to.
I did 2 things. The one guy I spent $80 after tax and everything, came out to $90. So with what I spent here and what I spent there, it was about $1.40, $1.50 for what I think is about 460 books. So yes, it was worth it. Here's Red Sonja number 3. Savage Red Sonja number 3. Then, guys, I cannot tell you how much I recommend this. Oh, by the way, what is it? Those legs could be used to measure the length of a barge, says Austin. Billy Tucci, Stanley Tucci, same guy. 90s mid-art, more adult books. Let's see, Dalton, that wasn't 2 cents. That was your lips flapping for 5 minutes. That's short for Dalton. Give him credit where credit is due. And this is D and Agents, by the way. This is issue number 1.
D and Agents sounds like it should be a manga.
D and Agents is a very fun book. There's so it's way more interesting than you would think.
Well, I will say this. There was one cover that was not in that box.
I wonder which one that is.
I know.
24.
Right?
Well, I think a lot, though. So
I feel so stupid for only selling it for $15 about a year and a half ago. But here we have D and Agents number 2. And here is number 4. And we have number 5. And here is number 6. Number 8. number 10, number 12. And then this is one of those, like I said, it was just, oh, hey, I hope they have more of these, but they didn't. Airboy, this is issue number 46. As I would have packed the box with Airboy. I'll tell you what, I was very close. He had a whole bunch of silver and gold that were coverless, and I was very close to picking the whole box up. But I was like, no, that's too much of a crapshoot. The Spider Judgment Knight.
You know, I think you might have made the right call there, because so much of that stuff you can find in trades, and the covers. Yeah. Well, yeah, I said if you're any kind of collector, the cover's kind of a big thing. Yeah.
I started to put in some Valiant, and I was thinking maybe I'll just find the Unity Saga, so I picked these up. I don't think I picked up too much Valiant, though. But that's 0, and here's issue number 1. We got the Solar Man of the Atom, number 29. And I accidentally had 2. Like I said, I didn't go through them. Usually I take the time to go through them and to make sure there's no doubles, but nope. And I thought I was picking up the entire miniseries. Apparently I missed issue number 4, and I picked up the wrong issue number 4. But here we have Violator, issue number 1.
Hey.
And we have Violator, issue number 2.
I did it first.
And Violator, issue number 3.
Violator, I barely know her.
Ha! Now, I thought I picked up issue number 4, but that turned out to be a Violator versus Bad Rock number 4. But thankfully, I did pick up the second issue of Violator versus Bad Rock and the first. So I have 2 incomplete sets here.
It sounds like you're saying Violator versus Bedrock. Much
Yes.
It does a little bit, yeah.
How much are the Spider reprints? They're asking.
They'll probably be about $1. You know,
Okay.
a lot of stuff is gonna. Oh no, actually, this whole box I'm about to show you is gonna be $1. We've got about 1.5 boxes of dollar books, and then it goes to $2 books.
Guys, he said the entire box he's going to show you is just $1.
Right. And then there's another 1.5 boxes of $2, and then it's about this many $3, that many $5, and about yay and big dogs that I was able to pull out. I was actually kind of surprised at some of the big dogs I was able to find in a just throw it into the box. I got a freaking Warp Graphics Elf Quest from that. And some of them you might have to put quotations around big dogs, but this one's popular now. So managed to get that. This was in there.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's coming up. That's going to be on the day I do the big dogs. Like I said, I'm doing them in order because I do like to end the series on a high note. Here we have another fucking awesome book. I wish I had the graphic novel and the other 2 issues, but here we have Futurians number 1 by Dave Cockrum. This is such a fun series. Highly recommend it. Like I said, most of these are independent comics, but I did do my due diligence to try to find the coolest of them, like Big Bang Comics number 4.
That's cool. Those are fun.
Eclipse Comics did this in the 90s or in the 80s right here. This is called Scorpio Rose. There you go. It is really cool.
Isn't that Englehart and Rogers?
Let me absolutely make yep. Steve Englehart and Steve Rogers.
Steve Englehart is always a win.
That's issue number 2.
By that I mean I have never seen him do a bad issue.
Which once again picked up 2 of them. I tried, man. I was gonna pick up every one of these, but there was only 3. I went through this guy's, and he had 2 freaking booths worth, and I looked through all, and I was like, okay, you know what? This is cheesy. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna pick up every goddamn one of them I can find. Xeno Warrior issue number 5.
Dude, I'll get it. Then I'll sell it to Perry for big money.
Here's issue number 11
Dude, I'm getting those.
and issue number 12.
Why not, dude?
There you go. All righty. Let's see. Stephen Englehart has Dalton's Heart. Each individual issue is about 5 cents.
I mean, am I wrong? Eric, has he ever done a bad issue? Because I've never seen that Steve Englehart ever
like
cut corners.
What he did. I mean, he got. I think when he was writing under the name John Harkness on the Fantastic Four, if I'm remembering this correctly, he was pissed off at Marvel. So I think he was kind of
Throwing a tantrum.
But I didn't mind. I think he's gifted. Like I said, whether it's the Avengers, Defenders War, or Strange Apparitions at DC, in my opinion, the best Batman story of all time. Not because I'm not counting No Man's Land because that was like 150 issues, but
yeah,
he has some absolute gems in his portfolio.
Yeah, and he's
1980s Ninja Girl Razor.
He's certainly up there as far as Doctor Strange writers go.
Issue 3.
Yeah,
and then we have from I guess a different company, excuse me, Razor number 3, Razor number 13, and Razor number 14.
He possibly would be on the Mount Rushmore of writers in the 50 years I've been reading.
You like to talk about comics, dude. We need to get together and do those videos. I keep saying, let's talk about the best of everything. I think that's
I think Roger Stern's one might have him beat as far as Doctor Strange goes, but that's a close race to be run either way.
Is this really number 1?
I'll go along with that. I mean, if I remember Roy Thomas wrote some nice Doctor Strange.
Is this a second?
Roy Thomas is another really good one. I really liked his comic adaptation of Elric of Melniboné that he did in the 70s.
Nottingham number 1.
Nice.
I think this should be in the big dog area. I'm pretty sure I've got this in the wrong area. I'm gonna check, but I think Nottingham was popular enough to actually do something. I also have Tales of Nottingham number 1.
Now, I will say, Dalton, that I'm not particularly a big fan of stuff like Elric. And Roy Thomas's love for things like that and Conan.
Evangeline Armageddon number 1.
When I look, I said that just robbed me of a bunch of more great superhero comics he could have been writing.
Evangeline Armageddon number 3.
That's just maybe, but I am in a weird space where I'm on the weirder side of superheroes leaning into the sword and sorcery.
Yeah.
So
so is Roy, because Roy could do it all. He could write any of that stuff.
It's right in my wheelhouse that he did a really honestly quite trippy, visually speaking, rendition of Elric of Melniboné.
I thought these might actually, if they don't sell at the auction, might go well. I'm in Indiana actually, so I've got the NASCAR Adventures.
Yeah.
And this is issue number 1.
And Ted Nugent.
Brad Lorenz.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Dalton, I can't remember the title, but Roy Thomas and Gil Kane did a Prestige comic that I didn't buy.
And NASCAR Adventures starring Davey something Johnson or something like that. Okay.
Davey Allison, probably.
Okay, Davey Allison. Alrighty.
Pablo would be proud of me right now.
We have Hamster Vice, issue number 1, another popular 80s independent. And Hamster Vice number 3. Speaking of hamsters, James Bond, this is from 90s.
What issue is that? 1 or 2?
Issue number 1, Silent Armageddon.
Nice.
I have that. I think I've never found issue 2.
I have no freaking clue what this is. Blue Ribbon Comics. It's revealed for the first time the startling secret origin of Steel Starling. It's Blue Ribbon Comics number 3.
That was part reprint, part new stories, depending on what issue it was.
Yep. And let's look on the inside. Man, see, I feel proud. I know a lot of these are independents and such, but I feel proud of this all. I don't see a lot of bad. This is, you know what?
Everything you've shown so far is at least potentially interesting. So there's that.
3 months ago, this would be, hey, Venkman, You gotta check this book out. But I don't know if he's still into this kind of thing. Right here, here's the interior art. It's called Assassin School. So
I don't remember. I had that. I don't remember.
So what is
that
it? Is it
much
Harris?
no, she's not hairy. It looks like she's pretty shaven. You can see it in the back there. She's
Upper
wearing
left,
a thong.
show me the upper left corner. Okay.
Is it Abstract Studios or something, or is it Absolute? Something like that.
It kind of reminds you of the guy who was doing Battle Chasers.
Yeah, the cover kind of does kind of give you that.
It says AP Comics.
Antarctic Press.
Maybe. This, however, is very well known. Dude, you know what? I lost it because I was like, I went past Ghost. I was like, I've sold that a bajillion times. Maybe I should pass it up. And then I was like, what the fuck am I thinking? But the guy had already rearranged books and I couldn't find it anymore. I am buying for Halloween. I'm buying for Christmas already. And I got this Halloween comic fest called Shibuya Goldfish from Hiromi Oi. Have no fucking clue what this is. But yeah, it's going to be it's going to be held. And then we got Garth Ennis and Goran Sudzuka with a Walk Through Hell. All right, and those will be in the in Halloween. And then we have
only Austin, if only. Then we would actually have a company that would actually listen to us every great now and again.
And then we have Big Bang Comics #2. We had #4, now we have #2. And the first, I guess, well, no, we had She-Cat already, but of the Cheesecake, the real Cheesecake Comics, Extremes of Violence from Blackout Comics. This is issue #1. There you go. All right, and I did buy a few, I would say a few Cheesecake Comics. Here comes the train. This is pretty new, as a matter of fact. I remember it came out a few months back, I guess. But this is called Sweetie Candy Vigilante.
Oh,
It's issue #1.
yeah, I have some choice words on that. But you guys should buy it.
From Image Comics, we have Angela #1.
Ooh.
I would say buy Angela for Sweetie.
Okay. And then we have something from Wildstorm called Masks, Too Hot for TV. And then something from Image Comics with James Chamber, Terrence Grape, Tony Manganiello. Something, it looks interesting just because it looks Golden Age. It's called World Class Comics.
Ooh. It does look neat.
And then we've got something from Continuum Comics called Dark. It's issue #1. And it's shiny.
I wonder if it does what it says on the tin or not.
I have no idea, but why? But there you go. You got the red and blue copies right here. I don't know why I just grabbed #1. There were more of these. It's from Dark Horse Comics. It's called Samurai.
Neat.
I did think the first cover was cool. Go. Captain Canuck #14. I'm the only person who thinks Captain Canuck is cool, but you know what you're gonna do. You know, somebody actually commissioned me to do those Golden Age Canadian videos, and that was kind of cool. I liked doing the research. Apparently, I really screwed up. Here's another Violator versus Bad Rock #2. I needed the extra. Some from Lightning Comics called Helena. This is issue #1. I never saw this. I don't think this is a book that is like, oh wow, that existed. It is in the oldest of bags. Holy crap. The bag's about to fall apart. I bet you it's one of, have you ever had a book in a bag so long when you pulled it out, the imprint of the back cover was there? That didn't happen.
Yep.
That is horribly bad. Oh, it's autographed too. Don't know who, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point, right? Steven Zazowski. Do we know a Steven Zazowski? It's actually not poorly drawn. That's not bad. It looks a lot better out of the bag.
Wow. Yeah.
Next up from Mark Stott, APC Comics again. Abiding here you go, guys. Abiding Perditoy. Abiding. I am a dumbass. Abiding Perditoy. I guess. Okay, let's see this. Okay, that's not hypersexual or anything. They're walking into vaginas, or maybe I just need to get laid.
Reminds me of the gynecology scene from Patch Adams of all things.
Yeah. This is called Valeria the She-Bat from Windjammer Comics, and this is issue number 2. That's actually not bad. Some of these look pretty good. Okay, we were talking about Jim Shooter the other day. There was this one and a copy of one that Venkman bought from me with John Byrne's Superman on it. But here we have Amazing Heroes with an exclusive Jim Shooter interview with.
Wow, he looks like a wrestler from the WWF.
He looks like a mafia bad guy from a Steven Seagal movie.
He does.
He's Steven Seagal's manlier version.
who hit his head on a door frame or two.
Oh my god. Actually, no, hold it back up. Hold it back up. That's Robert Davi with long hair.
I know, right? All righty. Everybody, and I mean everybody, needs this in their collection. At the very least, to show Mr. Miller the proper respect. The Ferret #1. There you go.
I just don't want to know who the hair model for that was.
Here we go. This is
actually based on
Double
some
Impact.
of the pictures I've seen. That could have been you, right?
Oh, what the Ferret?
Yeah.
Back in my big hair days before I worked for Disney. Army of Darkness, Ashes to Ashes, #1. And then we've got Spawn, issue number 10.
Ooh.
With the Dave Sims. I have not yet canceled Dave Sims. Has he ever actually explained what's up with his face? Pockmarks is bad acting, probably.
I have no idea who the hell Dave Sims is.
He was, for a time, he had the longest running indie comic in history, but he also, I believe, had a proclivity for leaving shows with very, very young fans.
Okay.
Another casualty of the Me Too era, then, probably.
There are two people that get caught up in the woke thing that I think are actually good. One of them is Marguerite Bennett, and the other one is a young lady named Amy Cho. But that would have been a better speech if I didn't hold this up and then see that this is not Amy Cho. It's because it's Amy Chu, right?
Wait.
This is Frank Cho.
Yeah, Amy Chu, I don't believe, is really a woke writer.
She's really good, by the way. But yeah, here we go. We got Frank Cho's Jungle Girl, and he scripted and plotted.
Still waiting for the second volume to finish the story.
There you go.
Yeah, really good series, man.
All righty.
He'll never be able to finish the series. Why? Because Dynamite doesn't like cheesecake.
They don't.
Oh.
That is the worst Fathom cover. I picked up. So, Fathom, okay. And
oh my god, I thought there was She-Hulk.
This is that Beyonce photo, where she's like, that's this in comic book form.
It does look like that.
Yeah, this one's much better. This is Vampirella. It is, I believe. It's my boy Christopher Priest, issue number 7 of Vampirella.
Yeah, Priest is not good at Vampirella.
No. Orion number 5. Is it manga style inside? Oh, fuck yeah. Here you go. Absolutely manga style on the inside.
The only cheesecake I've been seeing at Dynamite lately is the cosplay covers, or if you actually want a good interior, is the current Twan Grunberg Red Sonja with Walter Giovanni doing the art. That's the closest you're going to get to interior cheesecake.
I hate that the cover art is so much better than the interior art these days. The art standard should be the art standard, no matter whether you're drawing inside or out.
Your A cover should always be the interior artist.
I absolutely agree with that.
But
okay, kids, next up we have Gen 13, issue number 23.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have issue number 27. And we have issue number 28. And issue number 30. Issue number 32. Issue number 34. Issue number 35. Issue number 37. Issue number 38.
Yes, kids, there was a time when Gary Frank was the regular penciler on Gen 13.
Issue number 39. And issue number 40.
And almost immediately after him, it was Ed Bennis.
It was a great day to be alive.
That's actually, Gen 13 was actually, once the first 20 or so issues of just Image being Image, the stories got better. That a lot of really good artists went on that title. But I mean, the first 20 are just like the early Witchblades are pretty to look at, but not fun to read. Same with Gen 13, really. But
even with the Michael Turner art,
much better.
I think that's early Image.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a well, by that time, Image had been around for 3 or 4 years, but no, I said, yeah, Venkman, I said Michael Turner, they're pretty to look at, but there was no there. It was just, I mean, it was just so cliche of its time. Didn't age well at all.
Was just a pretty face.
Yeah, but also I said Ron Mars had a long run. That might be the best thing he ever. That or Green Lantern, probably the two best things he's ever written.
I think was it Ron Lim's the artist, right? Yeah.
On what?
Sojourn. Is that Ron Lim?
I don't remember.
Or was it Ron Mars? For the
well, one's a writer and one's often confused for Tim Lim.
Okay, on that note, we've got some Jimmy Palmiotti stuff, or at least the creator of Painkiller
Yeah, I know it.
issue number 3. And then the Dynamite version, issue number 3. And then we have issue number 1 of Painkiller Jane versus Darkness. And then we have Painkiller Jane number 1.
Sorry, Darkness. I'm into girls only.
And here's another number 1.
Well, Jackie can't have sex, so it was a moot point.
And we have Painkiller Jane versus Darkchild.
Wait. Then how does Witchblade get knocked up then?
And yet another Painkiller Jane cover.
It was complicated.
A Ken doll suddenly knocking up Barbie. What?
No, it wasn't that, but I think that something ended up happening that he was able to do it. But that was one of the things was if he were to have sex, he would like turn into a demon. I can't remember what it was. It was
he was like Angel if he has a happy moment.
Well, that might have been where they got the idea.
This is one of those comics are weird, ladies and gentlemen.
like if he gets an erection, does that cause him to go evil?
Or that might have been
number 2,
where Joss Whedon got the idea. Now that I think about it.
And then we have the Pit number 4. Now I also have the Pit number 1 coming up somewhere. Here's issue number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8,
number 9.
Now, I hear that this guy truly has no plans for what is going to happen to this character after he dies, but I actually could feel the eyes of Eric Breen staring over me and go, you're not going to let that go, are you? So I had to pick up Nexus.
Well, you know what's going to happen after Mike Baron dies? Steve Drew's just going to continue writing.
Yes. Here we have the Nexus in color, issue number 3.
He already started.
Issue number 2. And then we have Nexus the Origin. Yep. Nice. Yes. That's actually a heavy book. Okay, I had 3 other I think Dominic ended up getting them. But here's Bone number 10 with the Great Cow Race, which is hilarious. Love that chapter of the book. We have Bone number 30.
With great boning comes great responsibility.
And yep, that's why I have 2 kids. And then we have issue number 31. Next up from Hero Comics.
You could basically subtitle the entirety of Norse mythology with Loki got horny and Odin got a new name again. That's basically Norse mythology in a nutshell.
Champions number 1, based on the role-playing game. We have Champions number 2 and Champions number 8. Alrighty, let's make the thumbnail accurate here. Is this no, this isn't also Baron, is it?
I don't know.
No, this is.
Is it?
I'm not seeing the credits. Oh yeah, go figure. I do have a lot of Baron here. The Badger. He's the guy. For those of you who don't know, he's the guy on the thumbnail. But there's this is issue number 22, and this is issue number 23. Have a seat, guys. It's gonna be a while. 25. Here is issue number 20. We have issue number 5. Obviously,
Venkman, Badger's a madman, but he's not a madman in a box.
Oh, okay.
And we have issue number 6. And here is issue number 7.
Then I'll be half asleep.
Issue number 8. Oh, this is one to get. This is a book to get.
Badger's a fantastic series.
This do not pass up the Badger, man.
Then
Here's
why,
number 9.
Why we're not right on the channel then?
I don't
Number
know.
10. Number 11. Here's number 12. Number 13. Number 14.
He's glossed right over the Nexus crossover.
Yeah.
With
Oh, sorry.
Judah Maccabee on the cover.
Okay, which one is the Nexus crossover?
Well, it's like 14. One hit that one. The one you just popped back up. That's Judah Maccabee on the cover with him.
Well, yeah, the monkey guy. Right.
Yeah, that's the.
I actually know that. I don't know what his name is.
Well, the story you're reading now is the guy that's
number 14 again.
His dad.
I thought his name was Adam.
Here's number 15. And number 16. Number 17. Number 18.
Austin, the entire universe could file sexual assault
Number
allegations
19.
against Zeus, probably.
Now, there's going to be more of these because I have set aside. And I had enough of these to put together and just go, okay, we've got a run of these. But here's Abe Sapien, issue number 9.
You should always have
Abe
sex
Sapien.
Abe Sapien number 11.
Wait,
And Abe Sapien number 13.
is
If
Caesar in
only
there?
I had disposable income.
Van Helsing versus Robin Hood. Man, I was hoping to find the rest of this. But issue number 3.
Wait, Van Helsing versus Robin Hood is a thing, and I'm just finding out about it now?
Oh, Xenoscope does this kind of thing all the time.
Yeah. And because their meetings, they're changing up eventually, she ends up getting like exploding arrows. It was awesome from Van Helsing.
Madman Comics, issues number 1 and 2 from Dark Horse.
Man, Vank.
Oh,
Madman.
Okay.
Yes.
Man.
By
Mad Ma'am.
Oh, God.
Some Ultraverse for you here, guys. Here's Exiles number 3.
Damn
So,
women
man-
drivers.
Mantra number 1.
The coupon. Yay.
Yep, with the coupon and the card.
That's cool.
Millennium Comics has Doc Savage. That's issue number 3.
The man with bronze legs.
All right, we're going into the next box. Let's see. We have Legendary, a steampunk adventure. Have no
Ooh.
effing clue what that is.
No, but,
honestly.
Hey, Austin, that is a fantastic movie. They get better. The Charlton Heston, Planet of the Apes. I recommend
Oh
you
yeah,
watch all of them.
yes. The Strangers, issue number 9. I tried to pick up all the,
Dalton, you know who writes The Strangers, don't you?
I did once upon a not so very long ago, but I have forgotten.
Stevie E.
It's your boy.
Ah.
And here's Wrath number 2.
Yep.
Ultraverse Origins number 1. Mantra number 8. And here's the Strangers number 6. The Strangers number 7.
This stuff was so good before Marvel got their hands on it.
Mantra number 1 again.
In a alternate world, Mantra is outselling Marvel.
Mantra number 3. The Solution number 1.
Man, if they never would have bought Ultraverse
Exiles number 2.
or Malibu, I guarantee you they'd be outselling.
Champions
Malibu
number
wouldn't
10.
last another 2 years, unfortunately.
The Phantom from Moonstone Comics, issue number 1.
Ooh.
I love the covers on these things, but
Dude.
thankfully, the art is good too.
With Flash going to be written over at I think it's Mad Caves. I want to have another Phantom. I want to have all these crossover between all these characters.
I don't. I mean, I'd like another Phantom, but I don't like crossovers from characters so that there's no way they could actually meet.
Well, if they're both in the 30s and they're both crime fighters,
Free Comic Book Day, Lady Mechanica.
like.
Well, Phantom was set in modern day, just whenever the series was being published.
Oh, okay. Because
this is Lady Mechanica, the Monsters of the Ministry of Hell.
Because I want to have like the Shadow and like a Rocketeer together.
Nightman number 5.
Now, I would like another Shadow, not woke like the last one.
Prime number 9. We've got Prototype number 7. I really was picking up all they had, but they didn't have very much. I mean, all I'm showing you here. Rune number 2. Oops.
Betty Windsor Smith.
We have Sludge number 5.
Do you remember when he was so hot, Barry Winston Smith?
Remember when you could publish a book called Sludge?
And Solution number 6. There we go. Yes, now they would be called the Slimy Justice League.
Oh, the glory of a bygone era once again.
Remember when you could?
I like that.
Remember when you could produce a book about a guy trapped in a woman's body?
Yeah, really.
Right? Now you can't anymore.
I mean, depending on your look on things, there seems to be a lot of that going around these days. But,
Mantra is one of the books that should make sense. That the LGBTQ should be going after.
They should love it.
Yeah, because he eventually embraces it and being in the body and taking. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Venkman, they don't like art being an end in itself. So even if they liked it for what it was or for what its themes were, they would have to find some way of weaponizing it. They can't.
Ready for some
They
Green
can't
Hornet?
bring themselves to enjoy things just for what they are.
Would they make him a feminist though? Mantra would be a feminist, even though it's a guy in a woman's body. Would you just hate men?
Probably.
Now, there's a couple of series at work here. I tried to do my best, but here we have Green Hornet number 1 from Now Comics.
Where's
Green Hornet number 2. Green Hornet number 3. Again.
My God.
Green Hornet number 4.
I saw that scene where it rotates.
Green Hornet
garage
number
or
5.
whatever.
Yeah.
There's no way that car would start. All the oil would be in one spot.
Green Hornet number 6.
I laugh my ass so much.
And Green Hornet number 6. Yeah, that is
I mean,
weird
they did an entire MythBusters special based on the Green Hornet movie.
Green Hornet number 7.
What's the fact that the car is carried to the
Number 8.
and it rotates? The car is upside down for how many hours?
Number 4.
I
And
mean,
number
I would think that the truly logic breaking scene would be the scene where
Number 6.
the elevator cuts the car in half and it still freaking works somehow.
Number 7. And number 8.
Yeah.
Number 9. Number 10. I grabbed everything. Number 11. Number 12.
This auction will sting.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you. I'm going to use that.
You know why? Because if these don't sell, it's really going to sting.
Number 13. Yeah, these will sell. Green Hornet has never failed to sell. Yeah. Issue number 9.
People
again.
like him. People like him a lot.
I mean, there's depending on if you've got the right ones, I might have to work out something with you on a handful of those.
Number 11. All right.
Is that Chuck Dixon wrote the first 10 issues of the third the second Now series.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see a couple of them, but they all look alike, so I have to open them up to see.
Yeah, they don't differentiate except for you can tell by price.
Hopefully they sell well, or at the end of the night, you're going to be like Macaulay Culkin, stung to death.
The anniversary special with a full color button, but I don't think the button's here. This is, here you go. And then we have issue number 12 with a, oh, look, it does have the button.
Hey.
Neat.
And then we have issue number 16. And then we have Sting of the Green Hornet, issue number 1.
It's Sting!
It's Sting!
Issue number 2.
That's not Sting. That's an hop on a Nazis.
Issue
Wait
number 4.
a second. Zach wanted you to hold that one back.
Ah, okay, yes.
This guy's got a picture of his uncle.
Eventually, we need to stop harassing Zach about that.
No, we don't.
We're not there yet, Dalton.
We have Tales of the Green
I know.
Hornet,
I'm
issue
just
number
pointing
1,
out that eventually,
and issue number 2.
He actually makes a joke.
eventually he's going to need to get employment, and
Issue number 3.
if there's a legacy of him getting called a Nazi online,
Issue
he's
number 4.
not going to be able to get employment.
He's got a job.
He's got a job. He's got a new girlfriend.
Yeah, but I mean, after he gets out of school, I mean,
He is out of school. He's 38. Yeah.
good for him.
I hope he's out of school.
Yeah, he's not in school now.
I thought that was one of the reasons why he stopped playing the RPG game. Was he
Issue
going
number
back to school
12?
or something?
No. His character went to college.
Okay,
I was
so
confused.
now all of us, by the way, Tales of the Green Hornet number 3. All of us, by the way, are pissed off that they get a they say, hey, we're going to do a new Zorro book, and then it turns out it's about Zorro's daughter.
Put a chick in and make her lame and gay.
Exactly. But I think part of the
kudos
problem,
to you, Breen, for your Cartman impression there. That was
part of the problem was that they lied to people. It's going to be a Zorro book. But there was a Green Hornet book where they flat out said it's going to be the daughter of the Green Hornet. People are still mad. I liked it, but then again, it was by Amy Chu. This is issue number 1.
Oh, I like the daughter of Kato.
This was good. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but
I'm of the opinion they need to stop making everything a mantle just in general. It doesn't matter
issue number 2.
whether it's woke or not. It just I want
issue-
things to stop being a mantle.
Issue 2 alternate cover.
I will say I will defend this one because they set the Green Hornet in different periods and they respect the time passes. So
Yes,
it's
issue
not
Okay, that's better.
I'll do that, but I'm with you on the rest of it.
I would rather they give the kids their own identities, though, is the thing. I would rather they didn't take over the mantle. I would prefer they just
James
establish
said there
the
was a
mantle.
mistake in Spider-Man Homecoming because Peter phone has the Giant Man scene in the Civil War. It happens differently. Oh, okay. There's a mistake in Spider-Man Homecoming because Peter has the Giant Man scene from the Civil War movie.
If only small continuity errors like that were all we had to worry about with the MCU again.
Yeah, but Spider-Man Homecoming was pretty decent. All right, I got a couple of sets here.
I'm still waiting on the female authenticator. We're gonna have a legacy.
1 through 4 of Tales of the Green Hornet.
Assuming I ever A, have children, and B, that if I ever have children and it's a girl, which I doubt, considering that boys, everyone in my family has boys, so I don't suspect I'm going to be the odd one out if I do have kids.
1 through 5 of Painkiller Jane, and this is something called Event Comics. Okay. And then we've got the complete set of Shadowhawk 2.
Wolverine.
And let's see, what do I have? What do we got here?
What's in the box?
This is issues number 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here you go. 1 of Abe Sapien. Issue number 2.
Oh, that's modern, of course.
Issue number 3.
At least the Red Banner is, I think.
Curse my lack of disposable income yet again. Abe is
Issue
my
number
boy.
4. Issue number 5. And this will be sold as a set. Issue number 6.
That's when
And-
Abe got a job at Chick-fil-A.
Issue number 7.
What now?
That's when Abe he quit being a hero and got a job at Chick-fil-A.
A book called
I hope you're joking. It's sad, but I can't. Wait, no, it's Mike Mignola in charge of everything. He would never do that. That is the one thing I can say for the BPRD verse. As long as Mike Mignola breathes, that series is probably going to be okay.
Never heard of this, but it's from Homage Studios. It's called Desperados. It's a 5-issue set.
Yeah, Mike would have him working at Burger King or Arby's.
No, he'd have him working at Red Lobster, if anything, because aquatic creature.
This is 4 issues. It's issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' The Fade Out.
Ooh.
And Lobster Johnson would be his employer.
What's up, Eric? What do you have to say?
I can't remember how long that. I think that series went 12 issues.
Yeah. No.
It's absolutely phenomenal. The first issue, there was a variant that was magazine sized and looked like it looked like it was aged out to be from that era, and because it's set in the late 40s and it's a Hollywood murder mystery. It's excellent.
The Badger, issues 1 and 2. And then we have the
Yes,
Badger.
I know everyone has been called a Nazi, Austin. That's why I'm never seeking ordinary employment. Because I know I would never get hired at
3 and 4.
Nice.
But I think those are different miniseries. I thought I had all
Wow.
of them.
Is this going to be a Badger Green Hornet auction?
I know, right? Yeah. Then I have a book called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang from CrossGen.
Ah.
1
It
through
was
5.
good. I don't remember the particulars, but I do remember liking that. And maybe it's because I liked the movie too. It's not. I mean, it wasn't.
I was gonna say I remember seeing the movie. I didn't realize there was a comic series.
No, but my mom was about 2/3 of the way through the movie when she finally put the pieces together of Gay Perry. Remember Val Kilmer's character?
Yeah.
Gay Perry. Yeah, my mom couldn't make that connection. She's about 2/3 of the way through before she did.
Now, mind you, I got these books for maybe tops. I think it's like $25,